will introduce one Chinese movie. Actually, it's a Chinese martial arts movie. Yeah, it's called XIAO movie. Let's begin. Yeah. XIAO or martial arts movies are a distinct genre of Chinese film. The most memorable ones are not necessarily those packed with non-stop action, but ones in which the main characters extol the so-called XIAO spirit. Yeah, like loyalty, sense of mission, free expression of emotion, a strong helping the weak. Here are some XIAO movies pictures. Yeah. And director has succeeded in creating a lasting impression on viewers with many of his XIAO films, including the classic work New Dragon Gate. And today, the movie would like to describe. Oh my God. Well, today the movie I'd like to describe is named Flying Swords of Dragon Gate. Yeah, which in a way builds on the past classic film. We can find the shadow of the classic one in this film, but she argues that compared with its prequel, the new one would be a remake with more imagination and new elements. Considering Xu's previous achievements, his fans know he has at least an adequate understanding of the XIAO spirit. A typical example in Flying Swords is Jet Li. It's Jet Li's character Zhou Huai'an. As a skillful swordsman, Zhou feels obligated to clean the Ming government's power-crazy officials. As he has chosen a dangerous road, he has made a conscious decision to neglect the love and safety of the female swordsman Li Yanqiu. Nevertheless, Lin is willing to sacrifice herself for Zhou and his mission. Having survived a mission impossible with Lin, Zhou finally mustered up enough courage to confront his mission. And then I will give you a traverse. Please give me a minute. I cannot. Alright. Actually, the trailer maybe cannot play so She is known as the bold director who refuses to be shackled by tradition and constantly remains on the lookout for creative nothingness for his ideas and deeds. He is quite alert to the needs of his time and willing to challenge tradition and himself to meet them. Flying Swords of Dragon Gate is Chinese first domestically produced 3D IMAX film. She says the technology has greatly helped him further develop his filmmaking skills. Xu's creativity can also be seen in the diversity and the originality of the weapons he assigns to each character. Some of them may have been designed to amplify the visual effects with 3D technology, because they create quite a spectacle on an IMAX screen. Also, thanks to a lot of famous stars there. They made the film entertain with an abundant supply of comic and breathtaking scenes. Among those famous actors, Chen Kun, like the picture, he plays two roles in the movie. He gives a much more convincing performance than others. Also, there is no doubt that Jet Li is certainly impressive with his martial arts skills. Well, this movie actually tells a story in the Ming Dynasty. The emperor's eunuchs have gained power and influence. The East Bureau and West Bureaus buy and police the nation. They execute those who try and report their taking of bribes to the emperor. Wandering hero Zhao Huaiyan fights the leader of the East Bureau, defeating him and putting his head in the box and hanging it as a warning to other corrupt officials. The emperor's chief concubine cooperates with the leader of West Bureau to prevent the emperor impregnating anyone aside from her. 3 pregnant courtesans have been executed. The 4th is being hunted down. Officials stop a riverboat and are about to execute the women, but a masked hero intervenes. Zhao watches from nearby, and the masked hero also claims to be Zhao. The impostor helps the partisans made to Dragon's Gate. Zhao and his followers decided to fight the West Bureau to help delay them and aid in the escape. As the storm threatens and drives most travelers away, a few groups driven by different agendas are determined to stay in the desert at the famous Dragon's Gate Inn. Among rumors of the ancient city, and with Zhao Huaiyan and the leaders of the West Bureau approaching, events are about to unfold with the Dragon Gate Inn as the stage for an all-out clash. Well, this story of the movie is really attractive and complicated. Audience must be caught up in suspense, beautiful kung fu, and the spectacular scenes. This is a real wuxia movie that you must go and see it if possible. So, thanks for listening. Thank you.